the cost and accessibility, how much does it cost for one to get this technology? Assuming I want it for my home.
Yep. So we primarily work with governments and corporations and sell water on a per litre basis. And so the delivered cost for water is anywhere between 5 and 10 cents per litre. And we have there's no infrastructure, there's no pipelines required. And so anywhere that currently doesn't have clean drinking water at a tap, we can provide clean water, at their household for a couple of litres per person per day, for a very nominal amount of money. Like we're talking, 10 or $20 per person per year. And so it depends on the size and location of the project, but it's typically between 5 and 10 cents per litre.
Per litre. That means they're not going to pay for the installation and other stuff.
No, that's included. So we pay for said differently, we sell milk, not cows, right? So people don't have to buy the machine. We provide the solution where we pay for the equipment, the installation, the operation, and then the customers pay just for the water that they drink. And so that's where we're working with governments. We're working with companies who already order bottled water. We can replace that with a water system on site that's providing clean drinking water. For communities where people are walking to water, we can save all that time and money that goes to purchasing and walking, and we can provide that water within at the household or the village level. And that's really what we're doing, trying to build relationships with people in the ministries of education, the ministries of water, the ministries of economic development, and trying to use this as a development tool so that the people living in those communities can spend less time and money worrying about water and more time and money, learning and parenting and working and creating opportunities for themselves.
Right. So how about, in Ghana, do you have a project in Ghana?
We have not, but we're very interested to. So we've had a couple of initial discussions, and very much currently looking for partners on both the government and the private sector side to do more projects in Ghana. As I mentioned, Ghana would be a great opportunity for us, given the number of challenges there with the drinking water in the remote parts of the country, in particular. So we would love to do that. Maybe even something in Boku, in your hometown.
Yeah. What do we need to do to get this technology
so
in Ghana?
We want to. We're really looking for the people for introductions to the people who are trying to solve these problems. So parts of the government, parts of the non-profit sector, and companies who are looking for improved drinking water solutions in parts of the community. They can approach us and we can either partner with them business-wise, or we can essentially invest in the water infrastructure, and then allow the end users to pay for the water. And so really our website is 𝗧𝗵𝗿𝘃𝗀𝗺, and we are called 𝗧𝗵𝗿𝘃𝗀𝗺 Global, and through our website, or through direct contact with you, we can map out a project and look to demonstrate the technology in Ghana.
So I think I would have to initiate something quickly about this.
Yep, that'll be great. We'd love to do it.
All right. So I would like to take you back a bit about the panels. I don't know, but if you need it in your house, how many panels do you need to install in your house to get the amount of water that you've mentioned?
So 2 panels. 2 panels is our standard residential installation. Yeah.
So how much is that panel? I know it is not being sold to people. Yep. But how much does it cost to install those panels? Yes. 2 panels.
So the panels themselves are about $2,000. So for a household, per panel. So for household installation, for 2 panels, you're talking about $4,000 to $5,000 once it's fully installed. And that's essentially that's a 15-year lifetime for water production.
So how long will it take to install this, technology?
𝗵𝗿𝗆𝗆𝗆, you and I could install 2 panels in less than 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Less than 30 minutes, yeah. It's pretty much immediate. You don't need any electricity. You don't need any water. It's completely off-grid. If it's on the ground, often for rural settings and villages and things like that, we would put 2 panels on the ground and just plumb it straight into a tap in the kitchen. In more urban settings, we can put 2 panels on the roof. And for a corporate setting, we can do the same. So we've done big mining projects and hotel projects where we have panels next to the facilities. And we've done things in cities with office buildings and larger hotels and things like that, where we can put them on the roof. And then the people inside can have independent taps and dispensers throughout the premises. So
all right. My final question has to do with the location, the weather patterns. Is location very important in the installation of these panels? Because there are areas that you talked about sunlight, and there are areas where you hardly, get or see the sun. Even if you would see it, it takes some days before you see it. Would that have negative impact on the ability of this technology to be able to absorb a lot of water for consumption?
Yeah, so we rely on sunlight and air to operate. And so we don't do as many installations in the extreme kind of north and south parts of the globe. So places like, Iceland or Norway, where there's not a lot of sunlight in winter. We don't produce, we need sunlight to produce. Anywhere across closer to the equator, including anywhere across Ghana, as long as you've got sunlight, will produce water. And occasionally there's no sunlight because there's a big storm or there's a big cloud or something like that. And that's typically not a problem because we have about a week's worth of storage capacity in the panel. So yeah, all across, the big kind of Central African, East Africa, West Africa, Southern Africa, it's very good conditions. So I'd say that the whole continent of Africa is good conditions for our technology. And the same as the majority of Asia and the North and South America. So it's really only the really extreme north and south parts of the globe that the sunlight is more challenging in winter.
Thank you so much.